Greetings. I'm Yahya Muhammad, founder of Imani's Original Bean Pies. For over a decade, I've been on a mission to create more than just desserts. I've been dedicated to bringing a taste of tradition, culture, and health to every table. Welcome to Conversations Over Pie, where we go beyond the flavors and share the stories that nourish our souls. Here we'll gather around, just like family, and talk about the connections between food, culture, and community, all while savoring the moments that bring us together. So grab a seat, a slice of your favorite pie, and let's dive into heartfelt conversations that are as rich and warm as the pies we love. Now, you all know that I had to bring Imani's Original Bean Pies, our number one sponsor. Today, we're featuring our strawberry bean pie with the cream cheese frosting on top. And then, of course, our number one seller, which is the original. Everyone loves the original bean pie. I'm excited, as I am every show, because I get to talk to people that I like, people that I love. And so today is no different. And I'm bringing before you today, I'm going to start with Brother Michael Muhammad of Paradise Bean Pies. Come on in, Brother Michael. You all give him a hand. So we're glad to see him. And you all see he's featuring some bean pies today as well.
Praise be to Allah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, family.
Yes, sir. So before we start, I'm going to bring on in our other guests so we can really go to work here. One of my favorite brothers for years, Brother Toure Muhammad of Bean Soup Times. Come on in, Brother Toure. Yes. I know everybody's excited. Look, I got a lot of traction. People were waiting to see you, brothers.
Hey, man, waiting to see me?
Yes, always. So I said Bean Soup Times, so you know how far I go back.
Right.
And we're talking about Black Chicago Eats today. And we're talking about a lot of things. We were blessed to be a part of the Chicago Tribune newspaper last week. My producer might even show a page of that because it's an honor to be able to be on this journey. Our culture stems back, with bean pie and bean soup and so many other things, but more importantly, just the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But I don't want to take over. I want to get started. I want to start with Brother Michael with Paradise Bean Pies. Tell us how you doing, brother, where we can find you. Tell us what you got there on the table. I can hear the machinery. Can you hear me, Brother Michael?
I just heard you just now. Yeah, it seemed like it's going in and out, but I'm sorry. Yeah. Are you talking?
Well, go ahead. Tell us about you. Tell us about your what you got in front of you, where you're located, everything.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So I'm Brother Michael Muhammad. Paradise Desserts, a taste of heaven on earth is who we are. And what I have in front of me is this here is a strawberry banana buttercream bean pie in a graham cracker crust. And this here is a blueberry bean pie with a cream cheese icing. And this one down here, that's a caramel apple crunch pie. It's not in the bean pie family, but we've been baking for 26 years, and we've been in Chicago for 10 years. And we just reopened over here on Halsted in the Roseland area, 11226 South Halsted, over here in the Good Life Soul Cafe. And so we're grateful that they invited us in. They used to sell my product, and their place burnt down, and then they purchased this building and then invited me in and gave me my own space. So it's a blessing to be out here serving the people and making human connections.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you're there on 112th and Halsted. The community needs you. Our people need you over there. So yeah, I grew up my younger age in the Roseland community. So I know a little bit about that too. Yes, sir. Then we have Brother Toure. So what Brother Toure comes in is that he helps us. He helps us to be known, so that people could get some good dessert, because we didn't, Brother Michael didn't mention that he bakes all kinds of desserts actually. And so that's the thing that we so a lot of people are saying they're lacking today is some fresh baked good dessert, just sitting at home at the table with their family and enjoying dessert. When I was coming up, dinner wasn't dinner without dessert of some kind. So, we thankful for Black Chicago Eats. You've done so much for us. Just tell us something about Black Chicago Eats and what's in store, what's coming up.
Man, well, first of all, man, thank you for having me on the show, Sister Imani. We definitely go back, and always been a pleasure working with you and seeing the development and the growth of what you've been doing. Right, I remember
Thank
being
you.
in the house with the children in the background, and the baking the pies,
Hmm.
and now your daughters, man, they helping you in the business.
Right.
It's just beautiful thing, right? So,
Hmm.
man, salute to you and the family. And so, Black Chicago Eats it was birthed out of Bean Soup Times, right? And it was answering a need that people wanted to know back in 2015 and 16. Where are the Black-owned restaurants, right? We didn't have any central directory or space for people to find where the Black-owned restaurants were. So we started a list. Shout out to my man Anton Seals with Grow Greater Inglewood.
Yes.
He's
Love him.
he said you should make a list of Black-owned restaurants. I was like, man, I ain't got time for that, and I did it anyway.
Mm.
And the response was beautiful.
So you know how I met Anton Seals?
How was that?
He was literally at the table talking about us at important tables, like with Whole Foods and different places, talking about us. I had never heard of him, didn't know him from anywhere. They said some people told me, yeah, Anton Seals was telling us about you, that we need to have you in the store. And I'm like, Seals. Finally, he came over to the Healthy Food Hub, and I said, "You're the brother." So he's been championing, the Black cause for a long time.
That's right. That's who he is, and you see, that's an example of the kind of man he is.
Mhm.
He's not looking for
Right.
recognition. He's not looking for anything. He just, when he sees something that's good, he shares it, and if he's at a table where he can help get something moved, that's what he do, man. So we love him for that.
Hmm.
Yep. So he's the one asked me to do a list, and cause he did it publicly, so I had to go ahead and do it, right? And it was an excellent decision to do it, right? So now we have a full-fledged directory. People can go on there and put reviews in. They can search by neighborhood. They can search by cuisine, right? Because that's the amazing thing about Black-owned restaurants. We're not in one category, right?
That's
You
right.
want some Asian flavor, you want some Mexican flavor, you want some vegan, right?
That's
You want some
right.
soul, right? The baked goods, right? We have taco. Such a
Everything.
variety. Mexican,
Yep.
right? So you got to decide what you want, and then you can find it on the
Hmm.
directory.
That's
So
right.
right, so now we did 2017, 2018, we did the Taste of Black Chicago.
Yes.
And we didn't do it in 19. Then the pandemic hit, and I've been going back and forth, right? Because you have some big people and big institutions that were saying, you know what, we're not doing a festival this year, and people talking about how they were losing money and the difficulty of it. So I was kind of feeling like when I ran the marathon in 2009, I ran an actual marathon, right?
All right. I remember.
Right
Okay.
after I did it, I said, why did I do that? Right. And every year I would say, I'm gonna do it again. But then I said, no, why? So I was going back and forth with the Taste of Black Chicago, but we have
Hmm.
a partnership that we've developed with a state rep, right? A state
Oh,
senator. And so it's looking real good for this year. So we have the date, August 16th, and we're going to be
okay.
announcing the location real soon. But
Mhm.
man, get ready, man. Matter of fact, most of us, not all of us, but most of us need to start going a fast starting in March, right? So that you can be ready to eat in August. Do a
Now,
4
see,
fast.
I was thinking of it totally different. See, I was coming from a total different. So, as a business owner,
Uh-huh.
when we're grateful when you all do things like this, because I was there for 2017 and
Yeah.
2018, and it's a blessing for our business. I'll just say that.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I mean, so many people. Was that 2017 when we were at the Mars both years, but that first, it was so many people.
So, right, you remember what we did? Were you there for the Real Men Cook? So we did Real Men Cook in 2016 at the Mosque.
No, I was not. I was I
Yep.
not.
We did Real Men Cook in 2016 at the Mosque, and then
Mm.
2017 was the Taste of Black Chicago. Yep.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yes. Mommy Yvette Moyo did tell me about that. Now that you remind me, so it's just so much. But that's what this show is about. It's about talking about family, business, everything that is about us, and highlighting the good youth. We have some brilliant youth that have been on it, young people that have been on this show, and so many more to come. And then to be able to highlight and showcase people like you and Brother Michael, and just to see that we, been out here working for a long time. I was trying to think of how did I meet you. I couldn't even think. I just remember reading Bean Soup Times. It was a kind of satire,
Right.
and
Right.
I only remember reading the paper, and it just seemed like you've been around forever. We've
We're
seen our
talking.
children grow up. You were
That's right.
saying.
That's right.
Yeah, so this is the things that I like to highlight. So we got Brother Michael back, I think.
Yes,
Okay, yep,
yes.
we got him back. You look frozen. Look, his smile was so beautiful. I thought
Man,
you
it
were
was
frozen.
man.
Oh wow, I love that.
Right. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Smile.
That's beautiful,
You know,
brother.
it's something about smiling that just make me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey, here you
yeah,
go. Here you go.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And
look,
I
now he wanted to. Okay,
okay.
now you all know that's gonna be a clip, right?
Yeah. But
So yeah,
no,
so
I'm
but brother,
so
you've been in Chicago for 10 years, you said. Wow.
yes,
So
man.
that means that you pretty much you got children, right?
Yes, man. I have a daughter. She graduated UIC. Well, she
Oh wow.
graduated Muhammad University first.
Hmm.
Um, at 16, valedictorian. I'm gonna go ahead and put her out there like
Go
that.
ahead.
And
Please do.
then and then she graduated UIC. I hope I say this right. How you say it? Cum sum laude?
Kuma, now I can't
Did I
say it.
say it right?
I
Or
think
is
that's it. I think
Say
that's it.
so you know she didn't get it from
Kuma
me, right? It's her mama,
Go
right?
ahead, Daddy.
But but yeah, and it's a blessing, just uh making human connections. That's the story of my life, since I've been in the Nation of Islam and
hmm
uh out with the final call and meeting brothers like brother Toure embraced me since day one,
hmm
because we could get territorial. Oh, we from DC, what's going on with this guy right here, right? But brother Tory, he embraced me like since day one, and I'm so happy. Matter of fact, he did my first photo session of my pies.
Oh
We
wow.
did. We
Yeah,
sure did.
and so
So, so
yeah, so it's just a blessing to just and I had to relocate to get to this point. Like what I'm doing now, I'd probably never done it back home because I was
mm,
complacent. You know what I'm saying? With just
mm,
the block. You know what I mean? And so, but since I've been here, it's been much easier to move in this direction. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Man.
Yes. So now I know people want us to talk about the history of the bean pie, and I didn't want to just focus there because I feel like I talk about it all the time. And I probably shouldn't feel that way because there's someone that never heard the history, right? That may be tuned in, so they may want to hear, something about, the Navy bean pie. What's in the bean pie? First of all, that's the first question I always get. And then when I say navy beans, they say, navy beans? What kind of bean? Some of them may not even know what that bean is. But then we talk about how it even received its name, the navy bean.
Right.
So that's how we started out. It was a homeschool project. And by the way, Brother Toure used to come over to the daycare and he did our photo shoot as well.
Mm.
And he's the reason that my mama tasted the bean pie, right?
Really? I didn't know that part.
Yeah,
I don't remember that part.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. There was such a hoopla over it, and you came in, how professional we look and we are. And he had his camera and stuff. And he went over taking pictures of everybody. And it was just like, wow, and she was proud of that. So she never did, my mom has since passed, but she never forgot that. So
wow.
And Sister Imani,
and what she called the cream cheese pie was those lovelies.
Those lovelies, yes.
Those lovelies.
Sister
Imani, you said something yesterday that really stuck to me because it's still a reality. Like even today, like since I've reopened, and even when we were in other locations, I would say 80 to 85% of the people that come in here never had a bean pie. You know what I'm saying? And so we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of ground to cover out here with everyday people, So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they, when I was younger, my parents, my mother is a Christian. My dad is the one that introduced me to Islam, him and my uncle. So, I wasn't necessarily raised in the Nation of Islam. So but I still knew about the bean pie because, when you go back and look at your life, things are happening that's getting you ready for your life, for growing up. So my friends that I grew up with, their parents were in the Nation of Islam. And so their grandmother used to make the bean pie for me. Now, they tried to tell me she just always made everybody feel well. No, she made the bean pie for me because she would tell me to call her and let her know I'm coming. Whenever I didn't call and say it, there was no bean pie. So I just wanted to get that on video.
On record.
Make it plain.
So that's how I was, so I was around Muslims, and so I knew the authenticity of the bean pie, and and just loved it. But a lot of people didn't get that experience.
See, yep, and to that point too, we gotta always be considering the constant churning or the flowing of people, right? Yeah. So we're talking to young adults. You talk to somebody in their 40s that they ain't come in contact with the bean pie. Their parents may have had one, but they didn't. It wasn't cultural to them because they wasn't Muslim, so they didn't pass it on. So now you got somebody that was born in 2000, right? If they ain't got nobody in the family that's a Muslim, they 25 years old, ain't never had a bean pie. Because you're not gonna necessarily just grab it unless you already know the culture to get it from my brother on the corner. You see it somewhere. But Mike, we're talking about the fact that somebody born in 2000, if they didn't have a family member in the nation that actually and then one that brought them a bean pie, he's 25 years old, ain't never had one. Right?
Don't even know what it is.
People keep coming. So man, there's so much continuous opportunity for us to share that pie. And of course, the bean pie itself opens up the conversation, right? But man, bean, what kind of bean? The navy bean. Well, why y'all using the navy bean? Right? It just opens up
the
whole world
conversation and teachable moment about this culture, which is really, there's so much of Black culture that is the evolution or the spinoff or the direct observation of the Nation of Islam, right? You talk about hip hop and the b-boy stance. They said it was imitating the brothers on posts.
That's right.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we everywhere, but people don't always know the history behind some of the things that they do.
I just learned that. Look,
Right.
I'm
How
learning
about
something new
that?
every day.
I was watching some hip hop history, and the brother was saying that.
Wow.
He was one of the OG boys. He said that's where we got that from. The
Mm,
brother's whole post.
right,
God knows
right.
where Elijah Muhammad.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Wow. And then, so I know, I know, Toure, we kind of hip hop babies. So yeah, we come from
Absolutely.
that era. And I think that too prepared me for my journey in life. Listening to, back in the day, the Eric B. and Rakim and
Right.
KRS-One, and I think even
Double
though
M.
KRS-One never claimed, and Ferris, people don't mention him, but that was one of my favorites back in the
Yeah,
day. Um, but yeah, and then Public Enemy for me came a little later than that. But KRS-One had talked about how to eat to live.
that's right.
Right.
That's right.
And that was the thing that piqued my interest because I actually had the book, you know. And so once I came, my route was a little bit different. I was first introduced to Sunni Islam
Mm-hmm.
under Imam Muhammad Muhammad. But I could remember going to college and at Chicago State and taking that how to eat to live and using it in a speech debate in my speech class.
Wow.
Mm,
Yep,
come on.
yep. So it's just these little seeds are so important because you don't know what's helping somebody and what's not. And
That's
I
right.
just knew then that I made a effort as a teenager. I'm like, nah, I can't eat catfish. That's swine.
Right.
Right.
That's a nasty fish.
Right.
And I didn't even
Yeah,
know
right.
why. You know.
That's right.
So yep. So,
Yeah.
so so it's important to keep disseminating the information because we think, oh, because we know, but it's so many people that don't, and they appreciate this. They appreciate getting the information.
That's right.
But yeah, you had something you wanted to chime in, Brother Michael?
Well, I was just gonna say, and it's like it gives us an opportunity to make human connections because that's what it's all about. With all of the information we have, you know, people may look at me in a suit and bow tie a certain way. They may look at me with a final call a certain way, But when they come in here and they see me like this, and then I can talk to them, and I can say, to most of them, I say, "Here, taste this." Oh, what is that? Don't worry about it. Just hit it. Just hit it. You know what I'm saying? Just hit it one time. Just hit it one time. No. And so some of them force you to tell them what it is, right? But then the ones who taste it, they get that little smile on their face. Pretty good. This is good. And then when you
Mhm.
tell them it's a bean pie, they go, bean pie? Like,
Mhm.
some of them,
Mhm.
and those who do it that way, it's like this brother just left out of here today. He called his wife, you know what I'm saying, and told him about it. He used a certain language, I'm not going to use on here, right? And so how people when they like something, you know what
Right.
I mean,
Mhm.
they
Right.
and they speak their language. He went there, but then so he went over there and ate his food, and because I wrapped the pie, so he came back. He said, man, can you rewrap this because I wasn't even supposed to open it because he told his wife about it. And wifey like,
Should
you
have got
better not
two.
come over in here without no pie.
Should
He
have got
was about
two.
to smash. I know. I was like, man, you should have got her own, man. But it's a beautiful thing to be able to connect to people that way.
Yes.
Because then we can offer them who we are all together. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Yep. That's
Yeah.
right. Right.
So I want to say real quick, Brother Robert Owens is giving us the greetings.
Hey, brother
Assalamu
Robert.
alaikum, brother.
Walaikum
He said, "What's up,
salam.
fam?"
My brother.
He said, "What's up, fam?"
Hey,
Our
what
brother,
it do? What
brother
it do?
First says, "Salute to the family. Salute, brother First,
Man,
because he's
salute.
our brother first."
Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, I
And
like that. I like
so
that.
yeah, just those that's giving us love, we want to thank you, getting a lot of hearts and things like that. So I know they looking to hear that unity. We've been hearing a lot about that. That's one of the good things about Trump getting in office is that it caused black people to really want to knuckle down and
That's right. That's
bring it
right.
together.
That's
We've
right.
been saying this. In fact, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that our unity is like an atomic bomb.
That's right.
you know, and
Wow,
that's the
That's right.
importance of it.
right.
So,
More
you
power.
know,
That's
yeah.
right. And you know, I heard the Omniscience Farrakhan say that's the only thing we haven't tried yet, 100%. We don't
Come
try
on.
everything else. We tried the politics, education,
Hmm.
whatever you want, whatever. We don't try everything else. You name it. We didn't try it.
Hmm.
You
And
know,
so I'm glad that we on this show and we're doing this because people say, well, somebody else got bean pies, and I'm like, okay, more than one person got Doritos tortilla chips.
come on, come on. You
How
know when
else you
people
gonna
say
know about it? I
when
can't make enough
mhm,
bean pies for the world.
exactly.
I can't
Yep.
make enough bean pies for 1/10 of the world.
Right. That's right.
And when people say, when people come and say, "Oh yeah, Sister Money," I say, "Oh yes, I know Sister Money. Sister Money, you know, yeah, she has a delicious bean pie. You know,
Hmm.
because what else you expecting from me? Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I
Hmm.
gotta show love, just
That's right.
just to
And
just to progress forward like this on this uphill road to free ourselves. It merits, you know, it
Hmm.
reward like that's because it's like you 1 out of 20. You know what I mean?
Right.
Imagine that you going this way and 19 other people coming this way, but you going the right way.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But they, you
yep.
know, but it seems like because they the majority they going the right way. But you know, we want to reclaim our own. We want to do for self. We want to be free.
That's
You
right.
know, and
Yeah.
so we have to
That's
promote
right.
that and support that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know
Exactly.
what? And it goes back to part of the conversation before. Look at the percentage of people who've never had a bean
We
pie,
never had.
Mm.
right?
That's right.
And so you all are part of a process
I'm gonna
to
take these
reach
pies out.
those people who haven't had none yet. And
Hmm.
just especially just for the record, just to make it real clear, I am a consumer of all of both of your pies. And everybody has a, whether it's a supreme bean pie, whether it is Sister Monty's, Brother Michael's, you all have a very, everyone has a very unique spirit and energy that
Hmm.
comes into the development of it. So it ain't the same, you know what I'm saying? You go get this name brand that's in the store cake. It don't taste like another name brand. The same
Right.
kind of cake, maybe a pound cake, but it ain't the same.
Hmm.
Right? And so you all bring your spirit and your energy to it, which makes it so uniquely yours and delicious.
Come on.
It's, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
how do you choose between your favorite five ice creams? No, you get one this day, you get one the next day. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
Right.
right.
You get them, you get them because of availability or because you got a taste for that.
Right.
And
Right.
you all do a fantastic job in creating, taking it to another level, right? It's so beautiful that the culture of Islam, right, produced a bona fide opportunity for people to either bake in their homes and share a bean pie with their family, a part of their family tradition, or to create a business out of it, like you all have done, and share it with more people than just beyond your family.
That's
So
right.
look how beautiful that is, man. And we can take something that is valuable to us and share it with the world. And you all
Hmm.
are continuing that tradition and that culture that, when you come inside the Nation of Islam and all of the Muslim communities that, have been a part of that bean pie, that bean pie is serious business now. Don't come
Come
over,
on.
don't come over with no punk pie. You know
No.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
Don't
sir.
come on the block with no pie. Hey, hey, man, listen, this is
You
this
know.
this is this is part of our devotion, our part of our the way we celebrate our culture and
That's
our
right.
spirituality. So you better come with that pie right.
You better come correct.
Yeah, you
That's
to go
right.
home and keep working on it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, because that's the worst, man, to get a pie. I remember it was like maybe 2003 and 4, somewhere around in there, where I wasn't baking at that time. Because it was a challenge. This is a challenge. Oh, let me say that this ain't no. this ain't no easy road. This is the uphill road. You know what I'm saying? So people get in their kitchen and think they want to do this, right? You know, and then they realize this ain't no punk. This ain't, you know, this some real work. And so, but around that time, you know, we have our national events where everybody merge. Man, I got so tired of eating the nasty bean pie. All these people, I'm from Southern. I ain't gonna say no.
What city from? What city?
No. Right, you ask them. Oh, this such and such from so and so. I ain't gonna say their name because
Right.
I don't want to put nobody out there like. But I'm like, and it looked good. It looked like, wow, this looked like it. Yeah, it's looking. Man, you open that joint, you hit it. Oh my God, I got so tired of eating nasty bean pie. I said, man, I'm rolling my sleeves back up. I'm diving back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
No, that's it. That's all.
So,
Hey,
yeah,
we believe Allah is the master of this day in judgment. But if you bring a nasty bean pie, we're gonna judge you. You about to get judged, bro. By we Allah.
Right. That's right.
Yeah,
Then the
right.
next time you see him, so you want to get a pie? I'm good.
I'm good. I'm not eating. I'm fasting today. I'm fasting today from your pie.
But now, on another note, now you messed around and mentioned ice cream when you were talking. So I wanted to, because I know a lot of people that came on the show was also looking for one more brother.
Right.
But due to some things, some situation out of his control, he couldn't be on today. But I'm going to try to have my brother Yahya Muhammad and possibly maybe him and his wife, Sister Nataki, to come on because they have a story as well. But he put the bean pie in the ice cream.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Ooh.
Now, why he go and do that?
Hey, that's I ain't gonna know. That's Ben and Jerry's ain't got nothing on that.
Who? Ben and who?
Right, I shouldn't even mention them jokers.
You've been forgotten about
Sean
them.
Michelle. Sean Michelle.
So I just wanted to make a mention and let people know, because sometimes people say, well, they never even said anything, but the picture said he would be on. But inshallah, we can have our brother on so we can talk about the great things that he's doing in the community.
That's right.
I want to talk about, because I don't want to brush past the fact that you said your daughter just graduated summa cum laude. That's what Conversations Over Pie. My main passions has been the youth and showing that our youth, are just phenomenal. We have some great youth around us, and there's so many people try to paint a different narrative about Chicago, and I'm like, where are you in Chicago? Because I'm around a lot of, pretty dope young people.
Right.
If I should say so myself, and I've watched them grow up, many of them, and they're doing some phenomenal things.
Absolutely.
And so to that in itself, when we talk about being in business, being married, raising children, your family, your children, your family, this is not. And you talked about baking. I'm gonna tell you, some of my favorite people have had to quit me because they went in that kitchen with me and they worked hard and they said, "Oh my goodness."
Right.
This thing is, like you said, it's not, and people need to understand that, because sometimes they'll look at the pie to me, you want how much for it?
Right.
And they don't even have a clue.
You don't have a clue.
But I don't even want to go off too far on that.
Right.
Like, wanted you to talk about being in business and your family and raising your daughter and then doing such a phenomenal job.
Praise be to Allah. I thank Allah for the teachers, of course, and I will have to say my wife, Sister Nanika Muhammad. I mean, because they put up with my desire to do for self for 20. Well, me and my wife been married for over 26 years. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, she taught me how to make the bean pie. We got we were living in North Carolina at the time, and this sister named Sister Angela, she had one of the best bean pies I ever tasted in my life. And
Mm.
um, so what happened was we were courting, but my wife was in Philly getting ready for the wedding. I'm in North Carolina getting ready for her, bring her there. And so I'm telling her about this pie, Sister Angela's pie. So but we get married, she come, and we get to the mosque, no Sister Angela, for about a month. And then she came to the mosque after that with no pies. I said, Sister Angela, I'm telling my wife about this pie, what's going on? Right? So she had gone back to school to become a nurse, so she couldn't really
Oh,
bake anymore. So she wrote that recipe out and gave it to my wife. You know what I'm saying? So now, of course, because I'm for self type guy, I'm like, when you gonna make that pie? You know what I'm saying? She made it the first time, it was okay. Second time, it was better. The third time, I said, we can sell that pie. And that's how we got started. She would make the pie and I'd take it to the community. And
good.
and it just got to be too much. This ain't no, you gotta have some physical strength to deal with this pie. And so,
Hmm.
so I get home one day, the bean soup smelling good. I don't smell no pies though, right? We see sit at the other end of the table. Now, Michael, I knew it was coming. If you want food on this table, you want this house clean when you come home, I can't be fooling with them pies. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And so,
Hmm.
but she did the next best thing. So took me in the kitchen and showed me how to make it. And that's how we got started. And through that,
Right.
and the fact that she's been able to be free to be home, to be nation oriented and all of that, she was able to raise my daughter. My daughter has only been in our school or home school, you know. And
Oh, wait
so,
a minute.
Come
yeah,
This
on.
is crazy.
yeah.
This
And
is too
so,
much in common.
It is.
This is too. So I
yeah,
homeschool my children as well.
see,
We
see,
make bean pies. This
come
is
on now, come on now. Because it's like, uh, it's our culture. It's like we asked to reclaim our own. Like we want to reclaim our own. You know what I'm saying? We want to so what I'm gonna throw her out? What I'm gonna throw my daughter out into the devil's
for somebody
hands?
else to raise them.
You know what I'm saying? No, no, we're gonna struggle through this, you know, and we struggle. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But the fact that she had her mother there to raise her the way she did, because on the homeschool, my wife used to get online. Okay, at a certain time, Singapore had the best math curriculum, so she ordered a Singapore math curriculum. He was teaching my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And it was
Hmm.
like, by the time she got back in one of our schools, our Baltimore school, they skipped her so much.
That
You know, it was like by the time she got to MUI Chicago, she didn't need any math when she got to to college.
wow.
She didn't even need no math. So, but it's a blessing to have a wife, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying, who's a helpmeet, who believe in you, who trusts, you know what I'm saying, that you're gonna do what's necessary to get it done, and that's the key. For me, that has been the key to me being able to continue to stand the way that we stand. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful
It is.
story. You know, this is what the teachings is all about. This is what we there used if the newspaper back in the day, like the Muhammad Speaks, before our time, it had what Islam has done for me. It
Come
started
on.
with that, and I think we've been doing that ever since, right? Talk about what Islam has done for me, and we have some phenomenal stories. I'm just happy that we could share these things because I didn't know that. I didn't know
Praise
that
be
about
to
you. I
Allah.
didn't know you are homeschooled as well. And I actually want to put together a show that helps other people. People have been asking me, young people, about homeschooling and with their children,
Mm.
and it could be a scary thing
Right. Oh
for
yeah.
some people. It could be a scary thing, um,
Hmm.
because you want to make sure we want the best for our children.
Right.
That's right.
But what we gotta, there's a saying in How to Eat to Live: a sick mother's milk, is better
Come
than
on.
a healthy cow's milk.
Come on now.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay,
Right.
so
That's right.
Yep.
I would really love to put something together and invite you and your wife to be a part of it, where we could just give advice, or I don't know how we need to set it up, but to talk about the homeschool journey, from different schools
Perspectives
of
and
thought even
right,
can
right,
come,
right.
because we want our people to do this,
That's
to
good.
understand. The majority of CPS is filled up with Black and brown
Yep.
children.
About
Mm-hmm.
85%.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah, yeah. And then we're saying, well, they're felonies.
Hmm.
It's self-evident. It's
What's
a reason
next?
why.
You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
So
he just reminds, this is also the conversation we're having now. It's just a reminder of what this part of our theme has been, right? Where was the conversation initiated, and who had to go to jail to fight for independent education? The
Come
most
on.
honorable Elijah Muhammad.
that's right.
That's
That's
right.
So
right.
these conversations that our people are having now, and associations and the groups have been formed to talk about homeschooling because of this mighty nation.
Come
That's
on
right.
now.
That's the only reason why in Chicago we can homeschool comfortably, because
Come
that's
on.
not in that wasn't in every state.
Uh-huh. Look at
But
that.
Detroit, Chicago, because the way it was paved,
Right.
and yeah, the men were taken to jail, and the sisters had to take over and handle things.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's
Can you
right.
imagine that?
That's
Come
right.
on. A
Right.
black woman.
And we
It's
talk
not a
about,
game.
right, we talk
But the
about
sacrifices of
the
look, I,
boys.
I always tell, if I go to jail, I told my husband, get me out before they walk me through the front door. You know. So I'm
Right.
just saying that's a heck of a sacrifice to go to jail too. So I think we got to applaud both sides, the
That's
That's
right.
men
right.
and the women,
That's
That's
because
right.
right.
you know I
Absolutely.
don't know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if I could
You
do
know, I
that.
don't want to. I've only been in a holding cell, so I can't say this from personal experience, right? But
Yeah, me
from
too.
the people I've talked to, when a person goes to jail, especially if they are connected with their family, then the family is in jail also, right? They're
Right.
on the
Oh
outside,
yeah.
but life is suspended.
Right.
So now the
Hmm.
women, not only is life suspended because your
Hmm.
spouse is in jail, but now you also handling all the business and the business of the nation.
Yeah,
That's some stamina. That's some fortitude, and that's faith.
That's
that's
right.
That's
sacrifice
Come
sacrifice.
on.
for us,
That's right.
all for us.
Shout out to the black woman, boy.
So
Come
I'm
on.
thankful.
The
Yes.
MGC, the GCC.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you. So I'm thankful. I'm forever thankful for that. Um, yeah, I want to talk a little bit more, Tori, about Black Chicago Eats as well, because, like I said, it's a blessing for small businesses, or just businesses. I don't know why people say small businesses, but businesses, because anytime we could, it's like people would look forward to the taste of Chicago.
Right.
But we had the taste of Black Chicago Eats. We had our own taste.
Home.
But look, and it was as professional, because you were there as well, Brother Michael,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
we had what you call it, the cameras,
The drone.
the drones flying over. I mean, the footage was professional, second to none. I just felt good about being a part of it, and was glad to say that it was in Chicago, because we know all good things come from Chicago.
That's right.
But
That's right. Shout out to Billy.
that's the game making part, brother.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. I'm here. I'm here.
He here now, 10 years in. He 10 years in.
You know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
but that's the beauty too of the nation. You know, because I lived in North Carolina, and because I'm in the nation, it was easy to connect to Mars 92 and the believers out there, and to find my way, and to have a support system. You know what I mean? And then to
Mhm.
come here to Chicago, the same thing. So born and raised in D.C. in metropolitan area in D.C. And hell, if you can live, if you can live in D.C., you can live any damn well. I'm sorry, excuse my language,
Ooh.
because you got a mixture. You got everything from the streets to the suites.
Yep.
And all in between.
Yep.
And just oh man, you know, you got to deal with it all in DC, right?
Right.
Wow.
And so to be able to come anywhere, you know, where we are, you know, you can function. You know, we say we all we got, but hell, we all we need.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
That's right.
And once we realize that collectively, that we're all we need, because it used to be. I heard Minister Don, Allah rest his soul, from Boston. He said he was talking about how the influx into the Nation of Islam through the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and the 70s. It was just like an influx, you know. So nothing the enemy was doing was working. You know what I mean? And he said in political science, if there's an opposing pole, you don't attack that pole. You set up a new pole and play the middle. You know, and so when they set up the civil rights, the Big Six, and all of that, and played the middle, a lot of our people went for that instead of the hard roll up your sleeves, do for self, have your own that the Elijah Muhammad teaches. You know, we ran to that, and all it did was made us lazy. It made us some lazy, shiftless people. You know, come on, you can sit behind this desk, you know what I mean, and make all you need to make to live how you want to live, which you ain't got to think. You ain't got to work hard. You ain't got to do nothing for yourself. We got you. And that was a trick. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know how I got there. But somebody said something. But, we all we got, we all we need. We're getting to a point though where we're gonna have to get back to the way we were in terms of living off the land. And like you remember a day, I remember your neighbor can whoop your behind, and you're gonna get your whooping when your folks get home. You know what I mean? Or you can knock on your neighbor's door. Oh, we need a little sugar. You got any sugar? Or a couple of eggs? Man, you know, that's a lost culture. Or going outside. Hey, go outside and play. Remember that? That's not a reality
exactly.
today. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, but
hey, if these grocery prices keep going up, we will be borrowing. I'll be calling. Brother Toure, you all got any
God. Lord have mercy. You know I know. So y'all got to understand the prices of these pies and cakes and stuff. You got to understand these prices now.
That's right. I want to give a shout out to our online people that's watching. Sister Toure Muhammad from Rosebud's Reflections on 76 and Cottage Grove. Get over there if you want some nice clothes, ladies, hats, gloves, everything you need, even socks, I believe. So, assalamu alaikum, sister. That's our good sister. So I wanted to,
and her beautiful husband.
Yeah, we got Quadranim Michael Hill tuning in as well. Assalamu alaikum to our brother.
Hill.
I'm glad to see he on here. Yep. And I can't get everybody, but I'm trying. Brother Fahim Munir, Cassandra Haywood, and my sister and friend since childhood, Shannon Eccles. But yeah, so just glad that people on here giving us love. This was a popular show. People were really showing love to the pictures because they knew, oh yeah. At least I know I knew. I said, these brothers, I won't have to work at all. All I have to do is say assalamu alaikum.
Come on.
They got me.
That's right.
So yeah.
As always, we've had for all these years always been great conversation and great discussion about not only what we should be doing for ourselves and take care of our families, but what we can be doing for the community. And, you know, learning more about the origin stories and learning about the energy and the spirit behind the bean pie. That article let other people know. I think it gave some room for people to begin to explore that bean pie that may not have ever been able to do it before because it just wasn't on their minds. So man, so shout out to the writer, to the journalist. I forget how to pronounce his name, but who
Brother Ahmed. Yeah.
Ahmed.
Ahmed,
Oh
yes.
man. Oh, and
Lee Akbar.
it's crazy. Look, so this is how I got in the article. I got an email saying that somebody ordered a pie, and I was shut down, but I never turned off. I never enabled or disabled the link.
Oh.
So, and it was him. So he ordered the pie, and I'm so glad we had it where the pickup was Sunday, because by then I was in here. I wasn't open yet, but I was in this place on 112th and Halsted. So I'm wondering, who is this ordering this pie? So he came to get his pie, and he started talking about, hey, I'm doing an article, and I said, I don't want to miss nobody. I just want to, I don't miss. And so somebody emailed him and told him about Paradise, right? And that's what made him go to Google to check it out. And he saw the link there. He gave it a try. Boom.
Wow.
And so when he came in here and started telling me what he was doing. Then he brought his laptop in here and said, can I ask you a few questions? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got in the article. You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah, that's a blessing. I think somehow he called me the same way. He had already been to Sean Michelle's on 47. And then, he called and said, he wanted to know about the bean pie. So I want to say, we met up at Go Green Community Fresh Market, which is one of the stores we're in.
Yeah, so it's a blessing to be a part of. It's a blessing that we were able to be a part of that.
Yeah. And so that this could come about.
Exactly.
This is a beautiful thing because now we got so much more work to do.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to get you all excited about more work, Brother Mike.
So
absolutely. Look, you said something earlier about Cheetos and Fritos and all that, right? I used to work for them guys, right? But see, I don't remember their name, but Lay's was Lay's, and the Frito guy was the Frito guy, right? they came together.
Yep.
Right.
And created Frito Lay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I used to drive their trucks. I used to drive route trucks.
Wow.
That averaged $10,000 to $15,000 a week. And I never drove more than 40 miles a day.
Yep.
And the distribution center that I was in had 128 routes. And they grossed $6 billion for 3 years straight that I worked for. See, so they wasn't tripping off of I'm Lay's and I'm Frito.
Frito. Yeah.
Nah, it ain't had nothing to do with that. Yahya Muhammad say, study the white man. Because he's successful. He make no excuse for his failures or something like that, right?
Right.
So, we got a big work to do, and it's just a matter of time. We don't have no choice.
Sister Imani.
Yes, sir.
Brother Michael would pull up in that uniform in that truck, boy. He'd be like, man, I can't wait till I start my own and have my own place.
That's right.
But that was necessary. You got firsthand what the distribution should look like.
Exactly.
Because it's not an easy thing. We were at one time in like over 20 stores. And it wasn't, that's not an easy thing. It's so many different dynamics. You got production in the kitchen. You got merchandising. You have someone has to sell the product as well. And then you have transportation. They got to transport it. And they got to transport it right.
That's right.
And every store have a different rule. So, for example, Whole Foods, we had to bring it in frozen, and they would take the pie like this. They'll take this pie out, take one out off the top of the load, and put a thermostat under there to make sure it's the right temperature.
Right.
Right. So that means that it has to be an efficient drivers, and all of that. So these these things. What should a route even look like? Should I go out and come in from in to out? What should we do? These are the things that our path have made it easier.
Right.
We talked about the people before us actually going to jail to do the things that we do. So our little sacrifices, I mean, though they weren't easy, they were necessary, and it's going to make it easier, even for our children.
Yep.
And many of them already have degrees and everything. So they're learning on a whole nother level. So like my daughter, she has a associate's and a bachelor's degree in accounting, and now she's going for a master's in data analytics, and I think accounting too. I'm not sure, but they doing it, and they stay on the dean's list. My other daughter, she's going for health informatics, I believe. So all of the things, this is what, we were taught in the nation to encourage our children to get an education, but get an education to help grow our community as well.
Absolutely.
Not that, like any nation would do, right? Any nationality, that's what they do, right?
That's right.
And so yeah.
It seems like a good point to remind people and let folks know who are seeing this for the first time, because y'all, so much with education and the bean pies tied to each other in both of your stories, right? The Supreme Bean Pie, produced out of MUI, funds the school.
That's right.
Right? So, man, this education and bean pie and entrepreneurism is such a three-way combination that is, even if your children watching you all in business, providing and producing and creating pleasure moments for families that you don't even know over that bean pie, man, it's part of what is giving them the freedom to know that they can achieve what they want. Right? You're right. That's an example laid by, first, of course, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam as a whole, but then you all are examples of it within your household.
Right, and not just any education. Like, again, my daughter, that's all she knew was MUI or homeschool. Like, you know what I'm saying? And and graduating at 14, 15, 16 is not it's not new. And then they go to these other schools, to higher learning. And my daughter, bless her heart, I'm not gonna go put her out there like that, but she could have did much better than what she did. You know what I'm saying? But it was easy.
She was already coached. She
I see
both. Ain't nobody behind her.
Right, yeah, right. It was like they would do group stuff, and just because she's like, I don't think they're gonna, she'd do it all. You know what I'm saying? And say, okay, you do this, you do that, you do this, because she didn't want nobody to mess up.
She taking on the leadership role.
You know what I'm
saying? So she's younger, but taking on the leadership role.
Right.
Right.
That's so beautiful.
So yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And the maturity level, man, the maturity level is outstanding too, because for a lot of us, when I went to college at 18, half the people I went with fell out.
Right.
The maturity level wasn't there. They may have gotten the book sense, but the maturity level, you ain't studying now. You just you just being a fool. You know what I'm saying? So for her to go in and complete it at a high level, top of the class too, man, that's outstanding.
That's right.
That's the balance of maturity and intellect. Salute, mommy, daddy.
Mommy. Well, okay, I'll take a little bit.
Right, that's right.
You get 25. You get 25%.
Yeah, because you make a good point, because being able to do it without in all the distractions that's around.
Right.
That takes you know, a lot of discipline and, like you said, maturity.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep, yep. So, and those are the things we have to applaud our young people, you know, for that, and get them their flowers for that, because we know, you know, we were there.
That's
We
right.
were there one day, and we
That's
know
right.
Lord,
yeah,
Lord Jesus.
what's going on out
Fewer,
here.
with fewer distractions than they have now.
That's
Man,
right. Well, I know my producer. I want to thank her for allowing us to go
Thank the
over.
producer.
I intentionally wanted to go over a little bit so we can have a lot of good clips.
yes, yes.
But
You get the smile.
yep. So my producer is my daughter Samira, my youngest. That's the baby. But
Hey,
her birthday is coming up, so I want
It
you all to
sure
tell
is.
her happy birthday.
What's her birthday?
The 21st.
The 21st. I
But
will
praise be to Allah.
that.
she's being a responsible young adult, so she has to work, you know, on her birthday. So I guess her and her cousins, they're gonna enjoy this weekend.
Praise be
Happy
to Allah.
birthday,
Happy
sister.
birthday.
Yeah,
Yes,
I want to
yes,
thank
yes.
her for being responsible
That's right. That's
and
right.
enjoying responsibly.
That's right.
Praise be
That's
to
right.
Yeah,
Allah.
yeah,
Yes,
that's a
yes.
blessing.
I mean,
That's a
That's right.
blessing. You
That's
know,
right.
I'm a quick funny story. I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, I was sitting there doing something. My husband said, "What you doing?" I said, "Praying." He was like, "Huh?" I said, "Yeah, I'm praying. I'm praying that my children be more like you, like they don't be bad." He said, "What?" I was like, "No, you ain't do nothing wrong. You." I told y'all I probably shouldn't have told that story, but it's true. But
well, your prayer was answered.
it's the truth, you know. But
Praise
yeah,
be
so
to
but
Allah.
Allah granted me. I'm thankful today. I feel like Allah granted me that prayer, and I'm grateful. So
Yeah.
with that being said, and Tori, we didn't even get into your beautiful children, but
They,
could you
they
tell
here now
Tori
too. They
the
both on
second
here
to
right now.
come see me?
Yes.
He makes my day when he come back. Tell him we back. We at the quarry, and
I'm gonna let him
yeah,
know. He
yeah.
likes his
So
things now.
So I want to thank you, brothers, for coming on.
Thank
And you
you.
know, I got to have you all
Thank you.
back because I know it's so much. We can't, we did well for Muslims to be able to do an hour. You
Right.
know, we do that in the salutation.
Right. Right.
right, right,
That's
right.
just the beginning. So,
In my conclusion, I would like to
Right.
say
Right.
and right. Lastly, I'll leave you with this. You know, those them inside family jokes, but.
that's right.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we're able to have this conversation. Um, I would like to do it again, and I'm thinking of like something bigger, like we're sitting at the table actually, because I love blueberries. That's all I'm gonna say.
Come on.
I just know. I just know for a fact. If we was all sitting together in the same place, I would have some bean pie in front of me right now.
Absolutely.
I just know
Absolutely.
So
Yes, sir.
so now that Tori is starting to
His mouth
throw
starting to
shots, it's
water.
really time to go, brother Michael. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna let brother Tori. We're gonna end differently. We're gonna let brother Tori count us down 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna say we got carbs.
Come on.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
We waiting
1,
on you.
3, 2, 1. We got
We
We
got
got
carbs.
carbs. Hey.
I'm supposed to hold them. Yeah.
Thank you, family.
Okay. So guys, so thanks again.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Walaikum
salam.
salam.
Yep. So while my producer take you all out, I'm just gonna end with saying thank you for another great show. I've had fun. Having always been able to talk to people that I know, like, and trust, and that's always a blessing. I'm gonna do another show called the Corey Corner. I'm gonna tell you about some things that we have coming up, but I didn't want to leave without telling you all that on February 2nd, we're having a rodeo at the Corey Event Center. Could you all come? It's gonna featuring Liz Toussaint, an awesome country music singer, our sister from Inglewood. call me at 773. Oh, she put the address. It's going to be at the Corey Event Center, 2423 East 75th Street in Chicago. You can call us at 773-900-7822. Or just come on by and see us and get your tickets. This is going to be phenomenal. She's going to, I mean, this girl, you all, I can't even tell you in words. I'm going to probably have her on the show if we can make that arrangement happen, so that we can talk about some of the great things that she's done. And by the way, she has a record called American as Bean Pie. So mark your calendars, February 2nd at the Corey Event Center. Until then, I'll see you all at the next time we have conversations over pie. Assalamu alaikum.